Today is Wednesday, May 3rd. Just got finished with a fantastic day of work. Worked all day in our facility here in Spring. Got an enormous amount of work done. Very, very happy with the results today. Going to carry over a few conversations for dinner this evening and probably into the first part of tomorrow before I make my trek back to the Dallas area, back towards home base. Today for lunch, went to a local place. Here's a picture of the place we went and had lunch today. It's a very well-known barbecue joint around here. This is the picture of the meal that I had. I'm going to caveat this by saying that I went into lunch today with one of my colleagues, a great guy named Richard, who's just a fantastic guy, an athlete or triathlete, runner and whatnot. Had a great lunch with him, and we agreed on the outset that we're going to have, each one of us is going to have an entree or a sandwich, which we take off the top bun as evidenced by the photo, and then split the sides. So potato salad and the coleslaw we're going to split, and we had a small side of cobbler, and again we split that. These portions are fairly small, so I feel fairly good that I didn't just completely blow everything today. That's really all I've had today for lunch. I'm not a real big breakfast person, which is kind of a problem, kind of problematic, but lunch was good, and I feel like I didn't really blow things. Going to go to the gym here in a few minutes. After that, Richard and I are going to go out for dinner. We're going to be looking for either a sushi place to go have some fresh fish, not a whole lot of rice, or a place to get some seafood, looking for some broiled, charbroiled, or grilled fish for dinner, maybe with a salad, that kind of a thing. Anyway, I am going to work out. Be right back. And I'm back. 30 minutes on the elliptical. Nice workout. Was able to watch a couple YouTube videos, how-tos, demos, product demos, those kind of things. Some of the things I enjoy watching on the elliptical when I'm working out in the gym. Before I shower and go out to dinner, I did want to address a couple of questions that I had overnight on the vlog. One of them is from a subscriber who, first of all, thanked me for my motivation, and he's also on a quest to lose some weight due to some health issues that he has. First of all, thank you very much. Well, I appreciate the information, appreciate the very kind comments. I never really saw this as an inspirational platform. If it happens to inspire certain people to get out and do something, then I'm very, very humbled by that activity. This is really more of a way for me to crowdsource accountability and to be accountable to you, the viewing audience, to my wife, to my kids, to my friends, to my family, to be accountable that way, because I'm at the point where not getting any younger, and it is very true what you've heard throughout the years. As you get older, it does get more difficult to lose and or maintain your weight, and I'm learning this the hard way after years and years of basically throwing in nutritional intelligence out the window. I also strongly encourage anybody, and this is going to sound very kitschy, but if you're looking at losing weight due to medical reasons or for medical issues or to improve your health, I would suggest getting with a healthcare professional to run a baseline of labs, do a baseline, get a baseline on where you are today, and then have them help you chart out a way to your future. I did do that for myself. I am under doctor's care, as a doctor's orders, not only for prescription medications I take, but also for over-the-counter supplements that I take. And I'll do a separate video on those at some point about what I do take. But there is no magic pill. Everything's over the counter. Everything's available to you to buy at Walgreens, CVS, or your pharmacy of choice. So nothing in here is magical at all. Another question I got from another viewer was, what apps do I use to track my weight and activity? As I mentioned in the first video, my first vlog, which I will link to right here, I use a Withings scale. The Withings scale gives me my weight, and it tracks my weight in an app, which is available on iOS and also on Android. The app also gives you information on daily trends and other things like that, as well as body mass and even the weather, your local weather. So it kind of gives you the highs and lows of the day and the forecast, which is just kind of fluffy stuff for the scale to do. As far as activity tracking, there's a number of different apps you can use. Run Tracker is one. Under Armour has a good running app, as does Map My Run. They all do different things. They all react and interact with you differently. So just choose one that works best for you. I find that when I do treadmill work, which I'm not a huge fan of, or elliptical work, which I'm a big fan of, I tend to just watch videos, how-tos, product demos, different types of videos like that. Sometimes I look for inspiration through other YouTube creators for different types of content to include, but I'm certainly not in the game of copying somebody's look or style. That's just not the way I do certain things. I don't do things like that. Anyway, about to go shower and head out to dinner with my colleague, either more later or this is the end of the vlog. Okay? Thanks again for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, whatever side the subscribe is on. And thanks again for being here. Appreciate all your help. Appreciate all the support. Bye.